and I'll also post it. But it was stemming from people calling me last week, and they were saying, "Bev, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to have conversations with people. I'm calling them, but I'm here I am calling them so they'll buy advertising. What am I going to do?" And so I said to this person what I'm about to read to you, and then I wrote this down for this person. And it goes like this. It may not have the outcome you had hoped. You are in sales, and we know that business is an exchange of goods, services, and money. Times are quite different now. This is not news, but I encourage you to make a call. Yet give yourself a break. It might not be about the sale right now. I'm trying to zoom in on a picture. It might not be about a sale right now. I mean, really. Take the pressure off of yourself and simply introduce you and let them know you care. For example, in the advertising world, you might say something like, we sell advertising. How is it possible to sell advertising to a business that isn't open or is going to be closing for a period of time? Switch gears and sell you with sincerity. This might not be the right time, but while other businesses are closing their doors, yours are still open, and let them know you are there. That they can still place ads, promote their businesses for when times do change. Let them know that your business has been affected too, but that you are responsible for contacting businesses to help them promote theirs. Your job is to be on that phone. The conversation just might be different. This is a time for connecting. This is a time for letting people know each other and one another is there. Even last week when I was working from home and the week, I would get inside my own head and I would start getting, feeling the fear and the pressure of our economy. And it's like, what could one person do? What could I do? And that is to pick up the phone and have those conversations. You might find that your care, your interest in how they are doing could begin a relationship of strength for down the road. Think of you as a builder. Without the tools, the hammer and nails, and bricks and mortar, you have nothing, no structure. Your tools right now are your phone, voice, empathy, and professionalism. Use them. We need to keep communicating. When we get inside our heads and our minds and think of fear or the unknown, change your thoughts by picking up the phone and talking with someone. We have variations, on this situation. Calling and having the ability to speak to someone just might be the voice of reason and comfort to make their day a little greater. And I would ask you, what could be better than that? Honestly, what could be better than that? Instead of putting yourself in the situation of pressure and sales and it matters. Yeah, you got to sell. But at the same time, as I was writing that, I was thinking of lonely people and people that are in their homes. We have these devices, a phone, of which we can communicate with. Do that. Stay in touch, hear a human voice, hear a human interaction. And like I said, a week or so ago, when I was getting inside my own head, the only way I would change that is I would call one of the managers I recruited for, or my coworker, or my boss. So, on a personal level, do that too. Don't be afraid of connecting. And I'm a huge advocate of writing and validating your thoughts through the written word. So write some of this stuff down. But I also, in a time that is so fearful, we're so afraid. And I'm afraid for others. And I'm afraid for, companies out there. On the other side of that is love. I can't help but love. And so instead of this fear that you might be feeling, you're not selling, you're not doing well enough, The only way to change that is to attempt to do that thing. So if you're afraid you're not selling, then keep trying to do good business. And the way that you can do that is the telephone or a note or a letter. Because you know what? The other thing I realized, I was looking outside when that sun was shining, and I realized, it's April 1st. Spring is not stopping. Little flowers are starting to push through. The grass still grows. My grass looks terrible. It's all over the place. I have a brick pathway that runs alongside of my house. The weeds are so happy growing up in between those bricks. So growth and life are happening. They are, and they're not stopping. Babies are still being born. Probably during this quarantine, there's a lot of babies being made. We still keep trying. It's the human being way. We can't help it. And that's what you're getting right here with me doing this show and sharing my thoughts with you and just letting you know where I'm at and what's going on, and maybe it'll help one person. And if it did, that's a day maker. Because like I said, all I ever wanted to do was talk on the radio and have an opportunity to share thoughts or music. And I'm at that place where I'm able to do that. So before I close today, I want to leave you with a question. No pressure. Nothing needs to be happening right away. I don't know your personal situation. I don't. And I'm not trying to pretend like I've got mine figured out, because I don't. But at least I asked myself something yesterday. And it was, what will I do? What can I do? I do this whole who, what, when, where, how process. And I actually wrote about it. And it's a way of questioning yourself out of your situation. So if you ask yourself those questions, who will this affect? How will I do this? When will I do this? Where will I do this? Where will this? When will this? And ask yourself those open-ended questions and then follow that with a response. You're actually starting to heal and you're putting yourself in a stronger situation. Listen, it may come as a surprise to you. I don't know when somebody's going to need you. You don't know that. So prepare yourself and get yourself strong for when that day comes. So the only thing we can do, truly, is to listen, learn, share, and prepare. And you'll build your confidence, you'll feel better, and you'll feel accomplished and with purpose. So I'm not saying I'm anything, I'm not down slinging food for people. I'm not baking goods and delivering them. I'm not doing that. I'm doing what I'm comfortable with doing. And who knows, maybe I will start making some platters of food and taking it places. I don't know. But right now, that's overwhelming to me to think of all the different ways that I could help. So right now, in my small little world, it's this. It's talking. It's writing. And it's making the call. I had the manager I was talking to you about before, his name popped up on my phone. And I was on another call and I didn't even listen to his voicemail. I called him. Make the call. It helps you. When I spoke with him, it validated many of the feelings that I had had and felt stupid for having. I felt dumb crying. I'm like, you're so damn lucky. You are so healthy. You've got a beautiful place. What are you doing crying? And that was part of my conflict on Monday, is just feeling stupid for feeling bad. And so I had to go, but it's grieving. And I had to go through that process. And then the last two words I said to myself are get ready, because I don't know. There's that beautiful sun just blasting away in here. I'm telling you guys, please pray. Please believe in miracles. We're learning so much through this awful, scary, 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 scary process. But there's so much good out there too. I mean, I was sobbing my eyes out this morning in a very good way from the love that, like, these major cities, people are flashing their lights and shaking cowbells out windows and being all excited for our first responders and our nurses and our doctors and our police and fire and everybody that, it's the people that are running into the burning building on 9/11 when we were running, everybody else was running the other way. You can't escape being a nurse or a doctor. You show up every day, you come home, you strip your clothes off outside the door, you have the fear of carrying the virus and that. I can't imagine some of that anxiety. But there's these celebrations of these people. There is love out there. And we're going through this tough time, and we have to battle the negativity, the just the opinionated politicians or people that, are out there not solving. What can you do to make it better? I have a friend who makes cards, and she sends me beautifully crafted cards sometimes. And every time she does, I know that her hands, her thought, her creativity did that. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you write cards or create something and get it to some of these people that, maybe you're a sign maker, and maybe it's a beautiful sign that you can take to the nursing home. You don't even have to know those people. You can stand outside their window like a crazy person saying, we love you. I don't know, but there must be something that can help you to get out of that bad place that you're feeling. And I know it exists, and I know there's people that were a lot sadder than me, but I couldn't shake being sad. So feel sad, but use it. Use it to take that fear and that sadness and that unknown and say, hey, this is what I do know. I know I am here. I know that I'm okay. I know I'm not alone. And I know this fill in the blank is what I love. I've seen people taking pictures. They're making puzzles. Puzzles are on the increase. Coloring is on the increase. Writing. Please write. I'm a writer. I've got boxes of things I wrote, and the reason why is it validated my story, my thought, and put it on paper. Did I have to save them all? No. But when I go through them, I'm like, that's what I was feeling that day. And it validates. And it's like, wow, I've come a long time since then. I've come a long way since then. So as I wrap this up, I'm going to say, what will you do? What can you do? And then I'm going to tell you, get ready. All right? I close the show with courage is that you do not that you don't have fear. It's when you're afraid and you do it anyway. All right? Also, if you think somebody that you're not loved out there and nobody loves you, I do. I love you. Now, get busy. What can you do? And get ready. This is Bev. This is the Bev D Show. Thank you so much for listening. Email me, Bev D Show. Like the show. Follow the show. Do you. Have a great day. Bye.